Hello everyone, welcome to this series on the ARP2600. Today I'm going to recreate the sound that I used in the ARP2600 module introduction. So this is a sound that uses the Korg SQ64 sequencer to control a couple of oscillators, and then another sequence to control another oscillator, and then to get some percussion, all from the same ARP2600 M. So I'm going to build this patch step by step and explain what I'm doing as I go along, and hopefully you'll find this informative and musically useful. Okay, so I'm starting with a blank patch other than the oscillators in tune. And what I'm going to do first is I'm just going to bring up oscillators 1 and 3. They're tuned in fifths, and I'm going to open the filter with the envelope generator. I'm going to create a pretty simple envelope. I'm going to put the filter into the amplifier, open the amplifier with the same envelope generator, and put the amplifier into the mixer. And then I'm just going to start the first sequence playing. I have the Korg SQ64 poly sequencer. This has 4 different sequencers in it, each up to 64 steps, and then you can chain to get even longer. The first 3, A, B, and C, are meant for melodies and chordal parts, and the D section is a drum sequencer. So I have a very simple sequence in sequence A. It's 14 steps long, which makes it feel kind of in 7. Okay, so just very simple little pattern with just 2 oscillators tuned in perfect fifth. We have low pass filter being opened slightly by the ADSR. The ADSR right here with kind of a moderately slow attack and moderately slow decay, medium voltage, sustained voltage, and release time. And I've got a little bit of reverb using the spring reverb. Okay, next what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a patch cord and take the control voltage out of the pitch output from sequence B. And just to be clear, right now sequence A is controlling it over MIDI. This one I'm going to take to the keyboard voltage input. So now the pitches that are in sequence B are going to control the pitch of VCO2. I'm going to take a pulse wave output, and I'm just going to, so we can hear it, I'm just going to put it directly into the mixer. Okay, so next thing I want to do is I want to use a low frequency oscillator to modulate the pulse width. So I have a low frequency oscillator coming from my Eurorack system, and I'm just going to grab a cable from it. And plug it into the pulse width modulation input. And I'm going to listen to that again. And now I want to do the same thing. I want to take that same low frequency oscillator, and I want to use it to also open the filter cutoff frequency. So I'm going to grab that from my Eurorack. Just makes a nice subtle change. And once again, now I'm going to take that output instead of going directly to the mixer, and I'm going to put it through the lag processor, which can, in audio range like this, act as a low-pass filter. I'm going to take the output and go into that same mixer input. Okay, the next thing I want to do is I want to create a rhythmic pulse, kind of a percussion sound. So I'm going to take the gate voltage that's coming out of the sequencer, and I'm going to put it through the multiple, because I'm going to need it in a few places. The first place I'm going to put it to is an input to the ring modulator, because we're going to use the ring modulator as a quasi voltage controlled amplifier for the noise sound. I'm going to take the output of the noise generator and I'm going to put it into the other input of the ring modulator. I'm using this in DC coupled mode. Turn the white noise up, turn the noise up, and I'm going to make it pink. So I've got it up to max and pink. And the next thing I'm going to do is, well, I need to get it to the mixer, but I'm already using that. Well, I'm going to use the voltage processors as another mixer. So I'm going to take the output of the lag processor, which is the filtered VCO2, and I'm going to put it into one of the sliders of the voltage processor, and I'm going to take the output of that voltage processor into the mixer. And you'll see that if I bring this slider up here, this one, now I want to take the output of the ring modulator to the other slider, so now I have a rhythmic pulse that's at the exact tempo, but I would like to have this be, instead of on every beat, I'd like to have it be like a halftime thing every other beat. So instead of taking that into the voltage processor, I'm going to take it into the electronic switch. But I also need to gate the electronic switch with the output of the sequencer gate. So I take the output from the gate voltage into the external clock in. And now if I take an output from here, from the electronic switch, because remember the electronic switch alternates between the two inputs and gives the output every other attack. So A, B, A, B. Now I'm only going to get A, B with silence, and I'll put that in, and that'll just give me a halftime pulse. And it skips once every now and then because it's in 7, and so I get the half beat, and then they're off the beat. Then I can bring the bass up. And now I have all 3 parts. So basically, I've divided the ARP2600 into 3 different sound generators: the bass sound, the sound in perfect fifths, and the percussion sound. And I can control the relative volume between them with this submixer here and this turn the noise into the sample and hold using the sample and hold circuit. So that's a little more detailed and step-by-step guide to how I created the 3-sound sequence in the introductory video. So I hope you found this useful, and if you did, please check out my website, machine.com. It's a play on my name, David Mash, Machine. I work with machines. I also record music under the band name Machine Music. You can find it on Spotify, Apple Music, and wherever you get your digital streams and downloads. On my website, machine.com, you'll find more of these videos, a lot of my music, information about people I've worked with in the electronic music industry. You can also see some of my music videos. So check it out and take care, enjoy your 2600, and be well.